Good day, people. Here with the Good Fathers. Myself, Jams.
Mike's.
And I'm Keith.
And today, we've got some special guests with us. We've got the lovely...
Shells.
And Rax.
And where you that from today?
Ooh, we're from Mama Drama Pod.
Okay.
Drama.
Big up the Mama Drama Pod.
Hey.
And the London lot.
Yeah.
And the London lot. So today, this one here, we're going to be drilling them really.
Oh.
Nah, not really, but basically, this one here. This one here is for the man, then we're going to drill the girls, like, the insights how do women think. Well, some women anyway, so.
No, you get your own back one day. You get me? Obviously, you're in our hometown today,
Nah,
so
they can't come back at us as well if they like.
Yeah, no, of course.
100%.
Course. So let's get the ball rolling, let's get it rolling. So, I want to know personally. Yeah, 'cause it's different for men, it's easier for men, I think. But you see, women, if you're not with your baby father, when is it a suitable time to introduce the child to your new partner?
When would you?
Have you like, ever been in this situation? No.
Never.
So talking hypothetically then.
Hypothetically speaking, for me personally, if I wasn't with my child's father, I would say my child has to be a certain age. So they have to be at least,
first?
I'll say probably 5 years old.
Okay.
So they have to be at least 5 before you start introducing them to Lisa, Sally, Stacey, whoever else.
What are you talking about us introducing to the girl or you introducing to the
That's
man?
what I was thinking.
Well,
Same for you.
no.
Like,
To
is
be
it the
fair,
same
yeah.
for both?
Do you know what? I feel like it will be the same for both. I would say I'm not going to introduce no man around my child unless he reaches a certain age. And that's just because, A, you're still like a baby. Like, you're still...
Oh.
I want you to know who mummy and daddy is, do you get?
Okay, so say for instance your child's 6 years old, then what?
You meet a man.
Like, yeah, what's the time limit from you meeting a man to introduce him to your child or...
And how would you introduce him first off? Would you say, this is
All right, Rax, what do you think, in terms of like introducing?
Do you know what? It's hard to put a time on it. For me, it's going to be the seriousness of the man that I'm with. So we're talking about me bringing my new man to my child.
We'll do that one
It
first.
depends how serious. If it's someone just coming to want to take me on a date or whatever, then you don't need to know my child. You don't need to know my child. But if you're showing that you're very serious, you're about it, you're talking life, then eventually my child needs to know you, because what if you guys don't get along? Or it's long when the parents and the step don't agree. Obviously, you can't live to please your child, but that's a whole heap of stress. But I wouldn't be doing it after like no second date. Probably not 3 months. Probably not 6 months. But maybe, I don't know, a year and you're serious. But that sounds long though.
But you see what? It has to be though.
That's what we was gonna ask. That's what we was gonna ask. Because when we was talking about this subject, we was wondering whether, I don't know whether you're not single mums, are you? No. So, as a single mum, do you think it would be more of a pressure? Because it's like, I ain't got much time on my hands, and the only time I've got is with my child. So it's like, you might have to just come.
See,
you get what I mean?
This is why I was saying it's a bit different for the man, because obviously we don't have some men do have the children all the time, but most men don't have the children all the time. You get it? So they've got the flexibility to do what they want, whereas the mothers, they're kind of stuck with the children. So whether it's weekends or evenings or whatnot, so. Yeah, so
I do see why sometimes. So do you guys feel like mums introduce the kids to the new man too soon?
Personally, I believe so. Still.
Why? What's too soon?
I don't agree.
What's too
you see
soon?
what it is? Okay, I'm talking from from a scornful point of view. Like, all right, they're finished with the man, the baby father from whatever, and they're just looking. They're blindsided by the new geezer in it. They might not necessarily see the downfalls of the new geezer. They just want to release, bro. Like,
Nah,
He said release.
Hold on there.
Hold on. So you guys can release.
I see the eyes.
You are releasing regardless. You guys are releasing, but because you haven't got the child, most of the time it's fine for you. But because you've got the child, it's
what I'm trying to say, like,
you're
obviously,
releasing too, no?
But we're not around the child though. You get it?
That's what I'm saying. We're not around them as much as.
So you guys can get it in, but mummy can't.
We're not even.
No, you can, but you just have to.
There's a time.
So what? Okay.
You know what it is?
Okay, so
man,
you're
it's
saying
easier.
that-
Yeah, it's easier for like I said, it's easier for a man to
Separate
have
it.
that time to go out and find out what he wants in life. You get me? Whereas being a mum with a child around you 24/7, you don't have that.
So how about
opportunity.
you, Dad, take the child so she can date in peace?
I would, you
Yeah,
know.
we
Yeah, we
do.
have a date
We
time.
do.
You know, but you gotta date me, you get me? You can't date no one else. You dating me, you get me? So no problem in it. Do you think?
So who agrees that the man and the woman should have the same amount of time when it comes to introducing,
Yeah.
even if it, yeah.
Yeah,
everyone.
I agree.
And it should be a long
agree.
time.
I think it should be the same amount of time. The
I
problem
think it should
is,
be a long time.
I
Not a
don't,
long
not a
time.
long
A
time,
year's
because you know
kinda
how
long.
people date these days. It's like 3 months, okay,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
cool,
You get
like,
serious
do you know,
mad
people get
quick. Yeah,
serious
that's what I'm
quickly,
saying.
so
This
it's
is
like
what-
the
this is what I'm trying to
turnover
say.
is just
But
crazy.
it's more women that get serious quick because.
I don't agree. I
No,
don't agree.
listen.
You know what?
Can I?
No, this is facts. This is facts. This is facts.
I don't
you
agree.
now.
Wait,
Leave it
it's
alone.
it's
I'll
personal
tell you, leave it
experience.
alone.
No,
Leave it
facts.
alone.
It's their personal experience. What
No,
happened?
facts. I'm just saying,
This combo.
women move on quicker than men.
It's a personal
No,
experience.
facts.
Facts.
It's facts.
Where?
Do you know what?
I
You know
don't
what?
agree.
You know what? You know what I say? You know what I say there? I'd say.
Bro, that's
I wouldn't
facts.
say
I
that. I wouldn't say
agree.
when you say
That is
move on,
facts.
you mean move on to man or just move on, just not
Yeah,
in
just
terms of
move
being in a
on.
relationship.
And then just get over there. Get over
Just
there.
get
Okay,
over
do you know what? Yeah, I would
That-
say in
yeah.
terms of
Yeah,
relationships.
okay,
yeah,
then man move on faster, meaning like a man will just boom.
Yeah.
So
Nah.
next day is chopping whatever.
Nah,
doing
you see,
things.
that's the thing.
Yeah,
Man
man do
don't-
that, but women move on faster as in. Okay, then how can I put this? So say a woman, like for instance, women tend to more love the fact of love. Do you get what I'm saying? Like men love their woman, women love love.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So when a woman's in that mode where she just wants love, after that man, she just wants. Do you get it? It's not like
It's a mentality thing.
it's
innit?
just on to the next.
Obviously.
More than what a man's. A man's more.
Man
a
will
man
move-
will
man
meet
will
a
move
thing.
on,
Like
a
a
man-
man will
yeah.
meet 100 gal
Yeah.
and then he'll meet the one and then he'll move on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
A woman's just on straight. Okay,
Shake me,
that
shake,
love's
shake me,
finished.
shake, didn't even nothing
I
at
need
all.
love
Find
again.
the right
You get
person
it?
again,
I'm
innit?
moving
Do you
on.
know what? I
And
don't
that's
think
why
you're
I say-
lying because like single mums, women generally get to a certain age, you want to settle down. A lot of women want the family life.
Yeah, of
so
course.
if you ain't doing it, they're looking for the next man that's going to do it.
That's
And
what I mean.
sometimes they
So
want
that's
the man figure and the man figure in the house or the father figure to their child. So yeah, they might.
But this is what I'm trying to say. This is why I think
For the next
sometimes that's why they can be blindsided. You get what I'm trying to say? By what they want and their needs rather than the
But
whole
at the same
situation as a
time,
whole.
I gotta give it to them because they can be blindsided by man who are just
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
man just gas again.
Yeah, nah, see-
I was just listening.
It's interesting, isn't it?
It is
So
very
you men who
interesting.
have left, but men who leave their baby mothers for
Yeah.
whatever reason or it doesn't work out, should you then be picking their next partners? It sounds like you guys want to have a say in who they're
You
with.
know what? Obviously,
It sounds like it. They're
I'll be
blindsided.
real. I'll be real. Yeah.
Blindsided.
I'll be real. You get me?
Well, you said the next
Me-
one's going to be you anyway.
Well, these are, yeah. I'm coming back into your life, innit? So, but now I'm
You're that ex that, you know the one who can't get rid of.
But you know what? Like, if I did have to, obviously, I just want to make sure. Me personally, I'm not too fussed about the man that you have. I just want to make sure, yeah, the man that you have around my child is decent. You get
Yeah,
me?
Now,
Like,
you know what it is? I reckon
that's the only thing I
a
care
man's
about.
due
But-
diligence is just different to a girl's.
You know
get
what?
it?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
when
yeah.
you're
So-
when you're fact checking a guy, thinking yeah he's good for me. Like if a man was to, it's like yo, you can't be a man. Why you're
This is
mad.
what I'm saying, like-
you get it? Like he's like
But always fact checking when it comes to them things.
your tick boxes are just different. To
What is-
mine.
oh,
I
okay.
think for guys it's a lot to do with ego.
Yeah,
Like
no,
yeah,
there's
yeah, that
no
as well.
way
There's
a
so
next
much
man can
ego
be in
here.
my yard. There's no
Yeah,
way
yeah,
a
nah,
next man can be
100%.
around
My
my
child.
Nah, but
kid,
you see
and there's
me?
no way a next man could be around my baby.
I'm not even
Yeah.
like that.
So no, I honestly think it's like that.
See,
for
I
a
used to
lot
be
of
like that.
men.
I used to be like that still.
that,
Yeah, 100%.
This
Obviously,
is my
when
first rodeo, so
Yeah,
yeah.
no, right.
Like I'm saying these two.
But that was in my younger days,
lot
though.
stories
Yeah.
that you lot was more like
Yeah,
that. My
exactly.
stories, I was just never like that. You get my kid's mum just to move on. Now we've had discussions about it though, innit? Saying basically like it's kind of none of your business. You got what I'm saying? Where you lot were saying more of what they do, this and that.
yeah, nah, see, I
Do you get what I'm
believe so.
saying?
Cause you can't just bring it any Tom, Dick, and Harry around the child, bro. You don't know what that geezer's on. You got
Yeah,
to
of
say you don't
course.
know who. Get
So is it both ways then? Are you happy for your child's mother to also have a say in the lady that you're with?
Yeah.
You see what it is? I know.
That's what.
Yeah. I suppose so. It's gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be. But this is the thing, though.
You need give and take, innit?
Like,
Nah, but man's ain't-
the child's with the mother majority of the time. So I should have to able to say the child's with me on weekends and these things here, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
but
that's minimal
at the
time
same
and
time-
more time. I'm not gonna be with the child and I'm not with the. You get it? Like,
Not at the same time.
yeah, not at the same time.
All right. No. My thing is, and I've been trying to say this, is that I feel like guys will move on quicker, whether it be you're just having sex or whatever kind of relationship you're having, men tend to move on quicker. And then you'll think it's okay to bring your Laurens and Stacys, whoever it is, around the
don't
kids.
like that.
And then your baby mum gets upset and she's in her feelings because why do you feel that it's okay for you to bring these multiple women around my kids, or even just one woman that I've never met before? I don't know her. I don't know what she looks like. I don't know where she lives. I don't know who's raised her. I don't know if she was raised with wolves. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's loads of things that women are thinking, like, how are they going to look after my child? I don't know this woman. Like, what are her intentions?
When we had the conversation alone on ourselves, we come to the conclusion that there's a conversation that has to be happened on both terms. You get it? Like, if you meet someone, we have to have the convo. If I meet someone, we just have to have the convo. You have to get, you know what I'm saying? You can't just bring somebody else around you, bro. That's just the fact of it.
I'd be mad offended. I mean, your child's coming home. Mummy, I met Auntie so and so today. Auntie who? What?
But that's
Auntie what?
Honestly.
But that's had the conversation.
That's how it went for man, though. So that's why we kind of was being so defensive about it, because that's what it was. My son came to me and said, "Yo, I've been chilling with so and so," and I'm saying,
"Who's
this guy?"
I'd be offended.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
and he phoned mum, none of your business.
you know what I'm saying? That's what it was. So, for years, man was like, "Yo, any woman try bringing it around my son, trust me, I'll shut that down." But we come over the years, we come to get to used to it and have to understand that. Yo,
so how's it work now? Does she let you know if there's someone new, or does she seek permission? Okay.
Yeah, that's right there. But my daughter's mum now, obviously since sickness side, me and her, we have a good relationship. Even though we're not together, we have a good understanding, a good relationship. And we've sat down and spoke and said, you know, when it comes time to say, you having a new man or me having a new woman, we have to talk about it.
No,
you know, so my head not good, you get me? So you have to give me prior warning.
Most definitely has to be introduced. You have to introduce them
do you reckon
to each
it's
other,
also based on still like feelings that's still involved?
Yeah, 100%.
That's what a lot of it is probably in it, like
100% still.
But man ain't never gonna admit that still, so.
That's what I'm saying, man ain't never gonna say, you know what it is, fam.
As a woman,
if you have so much feelings, why aren't you with her then?
But then, because obviously, alright, then put it like this.
You can't feel with someone, it might not necessarily work.
But that's what I'm saying. What if you don't feel that man again no more? Or what if, as much as you feel him, you can't be with that person? It's just what you want the man to do then. He's not gonna come to you and say, you know, I got a dying love for you and I want to be with you for the rest of my life. If you don't
cool
want me,
story, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the vibe, isn't it? So I'm like, I just keep it to myself.
It's getting even worse because girls are just getting more savage as well. So it's man them heart.
Get out tonight, man.
Man them heart is starting to be like,
you're on fire these days.
Yeah, get out tonight, man.
I'm not even gonna lie, like I've had it put on me like 3 times in the past 3 weeks, and I'm sitting back like, bro, like, is this how we used to be when we were all, like, is that
2021, anything go?
What's happened? How come the girls are
Shoot your
turning
shot.
tables?
What do you mean? They say go for what you want.
That's what the whole thing that said is right. Oh my god, that's the whole thing.
I don't know if I'm a shoot a shot type person right about that, but that's what they're saying. Shoot your shot.
That's
I think women nowadays have a lot more power than men.
Correct. I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
He read my mind. I was going to say.
No, it's not like
you guys don't get me started.
It's not like they've only
started.
I want to hear
the more
If I'm bringing-
discovering the powers, do you get it? Not like it's not like they've never always had them. Everyone's always had them, but you're more discovering them and start like weaning them.
Watch out,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
The problem is, nowadays, women, we're bringing a lot more. It's not even to the table because we've been bringing stuff to the table already. But our portion, say this table's 50-50, we're bringing like maybe 70-30. What else is a guy actually bringing? I've got my job, I drive my own car, I can fund my own lifestyle, I'm doing what I'm doing, independent woman and all of that stuff. Now, honestly, I'm making it like, if you want to talk legitimately, I'm making it legitimately, I'm paying my way. What can you bring to my table?
Yeah, but that's like
we're talking.
Anyone can
yeah.
like do everything by themselves.
Obviously,
You don't need anything from anyone else.
There's been, like you said, there's a power shift. There's been a power shift.
It's not even like there's a power shift.
No, you know what? There has been, you know, because when you check it recently, a lot more women are out there now are just freely doing their thing and not.
So wait, your issues, what is it? Issue sexual liberation? Like
No, not sexual. Like I'm just saying,
I'm
like,
a fan of
I just
that,
don't
though.
understand how.
I'm more trying to
women dating older people.
Women are just like, you know what?
That's what I'm
on. And when that's what's happening down here.
For instance, I made that little Instagram video the other day about fucking the grandparents and it, like how women idolize old fashioned shit.
Yeah.
That old fashioned shit was never good, bro. That old fashioned shit is oppression.
Tradition.
You know what I'm saying? It's not, but you call it a tradition. It's oppression. You know what I'm saying? You're like man's nans and that was living in oppressive time, but there was.
But you know what?
Do you know what I'm saying? And now women are more. They are more. Man like women how they are now, but man don't really like them.
It was a thing where man were working back in the day, women were housewives, innit? There's none of that no more, innit?
Yeah, bro. So
obviously, on top of that, there's more to it. Like I don't understand. Like I see, like I said. Like women are man now, then. I can tell a woman come to me and say, yo, what you on? Like, you don't want to give me your number? I'm saying, what you on about, man?
They're moving to you.
So
you don't like it?
I'm like, no.
No, but if a girl done that back in the day, you just think, you're a bit of a... why you so much? That's how it was back in the day.
You must be moving to everyone. You know what it is? Men secretly know that, I'm no different. You know what I'm saying? Even though I rate my thing, I know I can't offer you much more than him. So if you're doing this to me, you're doing that to him.
But girls just think that about you guys when you're chatting to 10 girls in one night or whatever.
Do you reckon that guys nowadays feel intimidated? They have less of a responsibility, like they can't really offer anything because women they can just do everything themselves.
Correct.
Like,
see, but that's it. But
I agree.
That's for a certain set of women, though. That's for the women that can cater for themselves. Because there's some women that they still rely on man. You get it?
No, it's true.
There are some women that still rely. I think it's just for the ones that actually can get it themselves.
Emotion now, where they're like, if they get with a girl,
your take on it?
a nice car, sick job, everything's nice, and you're not really in that position, men feel intimidated a little bit.
I hear it. You see it online all the time with the whole masculine, feminine.
That's been going on for time, no, but you know how much mummy geezers I know live off their baby mum and that, bro. All up in their baby mum's house and that.
Yeah.
You get me? That's facts, bro. There's man, like people always talk that shit where it's like, women living off men. But bro, I know bare man who without their baby mum, they're out here, bro.
Yeah, you have people who rely on their baby mum.
See, I would think London a bit more.
In terms of like the power shift, like is it up there? Like are the man them just a bit more reserved these days now? Or?
I don't think they're reserved. I feel like they're still out and they'll like shoot their shot, but women know their worth and they'll go for who they want as well. And they'll chop and change. They've got this whole movement going on called divesting from men, so it's like decentering men in women's lives. So women just do what they want. Like I don't know.
See,
they're not chasing a man. They're not living to please a man. They get their hair done. It's for me. It's not for you. Like I don't know. They might have a couple guys on rotation.
You know what?
You gotta think. I told you before. Jams is a misogynist.
Are you misogynist? Oh, women should stay home and clean and cook.
No, I don't think that.
Nah, not fully, but Jams is a guy.
Yeah, I'm a man's still.
No way. Does that mean you don't want to work if you're a man's man? That kind of man's man level?
But this is what we were talking about earlier. It gets confusing.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. There has to be a middle ground.
He's gonna have to answer that.
This is why man.
Views are different.
We were saying
that gets techie, bro. That gets techie.
Nah, but man,
bring that techie one.
Bring it.
Jams said a while back that he will never get with anyone that slept with more than, was it 10?
10 people.
He said 3, didn't he?
No. I said that's what my thing is.
And I had this convo.
And then he said, he said,
yeah, he did for thinking.
My thing's free over the
conversation. You're going off your perception. This is what the problem was.
What he was going
basically, I'm saying, them man was saying, let's tell the full story. Let's tell the full story.
We're listening.
We're talking about Larry Harvey first of all.
Oh
my God.
Let's go there. We're gonna go there.
Yeah.
That's how the conversation.
Alright, put it this way. No.
Your reaction to what we're saying.
Basically, Jams was saying, boom. I ain't gonna go into his details of what he was saying, but his girl
Yeah.
And he's saying if he was to find a new girl, that new girl would have to be under 10. I'm saying, bro, man are 30 years old.
Exactly.
You are not meeting
But this is the
no
thing.
gal
Trust me,
under
you are.
10, bro.
You are. You're in the right place.
Bro,
You
10
are.
is
You
little
are.
numbers.
You are.
think
Looking at the right.
you
But I'm saying, yo, it's 2000.
Oh,
No, wait,
like-
question.
Not even like it's a year's
what
thing.
does the
like, I was
body
gonna
count
say.
determine to you? So if it's over 10, what does that mean about that woman?
See,
And if it's
basically,
under 10,
no.
what does it
Now,
mean about
basically,
that woman?
what it was, the initial conversation was, all right, how would you feel if you're with your girl and she slept with multiple men in that building? I'm saying, yo, I ain't on that shit. I'm not on it. Mate. Like, that's not me.
If you know.
Yeah, if we know.
Not going clubbing and there's
two men that she slept with. I ain't comfortable with that, bro. Like, even though everything, I ain't on that.
You know what someone everyone's had, basically, or you're
basically
out in a place and everyone's had a slice.
Yeah, I ain't on that. I ain't on them things. These men here saying, oh, I'm comfortable with that because I read
If
the
you're a
thing.
man and you're in a place, I don't know, in a shop, and 10 girls in there have been with him, you might feel
It's natural, exactly.
Hold on. You can't be like that, blood, because
they will like you.
Standards, bro.
No, I'm trying to show you.
That's what you got.
You wouldn't know.
That's true. I've got my standards already. That's my standard. That's my
But at the
standard.
same time, think of it like this then, on a real then, we're all around the age of 39 or 30, you get them.
Still 1 year.
You know what I'm saying? So, we've been going to school, we went to school 14 years ago. I know girl that were active in school, had 10 men before we left school.
And they're hagging now, bro. I ain't looking in the direction.
No.
I think that everyone should have their own standards.
Exactly.
And if that's what he wants
that's what I was saying.
in a
That's what
woman,
I'm saying.
then he
But at the
should
same
find
time, because he's a man, he
down.
don't understand then when women, he does that misogyny.
So wait, is that same for men then? What about
This is
her?
what I mean.
What if she
So-
goes out
but
with
he
you
said
and you've
he
had
doesn't
over 10
agree
men?
with-
No, nothing like that. But I'm
Say that again.
So if it's the same thing you said, flip it to the girl. So you've got a girl, she goes out with you into the shop or whatever, and there are 10 girls you slept with. Is that right? So what's the count for you
I'm
then? Is it the
slept with 10
same?
You don't want your friends again, man.
I said, what's the count for you? Is your
Yeah,
count for
obviously
you?
she'll have her standards.
That's what I'm
as well.
trying to say.
She'll have her standards as well.
Why are you
so.
shrugging off and shutting it down like this? What do you not know that I don't know?
These skis is 40.
So wait, it's a different count for you than what it is for her.
But there's
Nah,
If it is, isn't it?
It depends on what her
Men and women
preference
are
is, innit?
different.
Because some women love a man that's got a big girl, some women don't.
No, some
So,
women do.
depends,
They
you
love
get
it.
what
They
I'm
love the trait.
Yeah, serious.
Nah, it is fact still.
So it all depends, man. But me personally, I ain't on
I'm
that.
just one of them
Do you know
people.
what?
I'm a realist, innit? I'm gonna say, yo, like I said, 10 between 10 and 20, from since school time up to now. You're gonna have to accept that because
My take on it is, bro, just allow it. Bro.
Some people don't even ask about body
yeah,
counts
just
anymore.
I was going to say, why does
just
body
allow the
count even
numbers
matter?
thing.
Why
Because
does
you
it
know what it
matter?
is. Like you said,
See
bro,
what it is. I
Man
hold
them,
myself as
like,
high
you know
regard.
what it is. Sometimes
Right.
man them would
I can't
shock
be in the
themselves,
place.
bro.
And yo, mine has mashed it. He's mashed it, and next one's mashed it.
Yeah, but how many have you matched?
but-
You
But
told
that's-
yourself
that's-
high
no,
regard.
wait.
Is the high regard for you or just for the girl?
Answer the question, Jamal.
How does it work?
It's
Girl,
ego.
like,
It's
nah,
ego.
You hold
I'm gonna be
yourself
real.
in high
I'm gonna be
regard.
real. It is an ego thing as well.
How many, Jamal? Answer the question.
How many
I'm
what?
not asking him how many.
How many, Jamal? Answer the question.
How many what?
How many fruit salads has he eaten?
Yeah,
That's the body.
Yeah, why, bro? Why, bro?
It's one standard for her and the next one for you. So your high regard, it's your ego in terms
Yeah, but now
of
it is-
who's had
it's
her,
my
but it's
ego.
not about who's had you.
But that's what men do, innit? Like men
is
naturally do that. But
this
men
one-
naturally say it's okay for me and it's not for you.
You see what I mean?
So if you're gonna say it, just fucking say it and just
See what
own it,
my
innit?
take is on it?
Like,
Women.
My team can't be doing numbers like I'm doing.
Women are
bro.
mothers,
You're
like
mad.
potential to be mothers, innit? So, like, you know what I'm trying to say to you? I don't want my baby mum fucking everyone, bro.
Bro, obviously, you understand, like I said to you, this is why we had a disagreement. I'm saying, man, from since how long?
That's what it is. As you can see, these men ain't got no standards in it. They sleep
It's
anything.
not about
But me, I got standards,
You have
bro.
standards, but I want to know about your personal standards as well.
Well,
Or
you
you're
need to
only putting these on
understand
women, or do you live by them yourself? That's what's
Yeah, I live by them
interesting.
myself, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe him.
Women wouldn't have to take it to that point or that level
What level?
to CSA
Okay.
if things weren't being paid for.
But this is the thing, though. This is what I'm trying to say. I hear what you're trying to say, but listen to this. We've gone through this state 8 years, you know. 8 years. She's never claimed CSA because I'm having frequent contact. Obviously, a year here, a year here. There's times when she wants to go on funny, you get me? But anyway, she knows I'm paying my way, but it's the 2 years that she's moved up out of town. She wants me to pay the CSA. That don't make no sense to me.
Is it because did you stop doing what you were doing before? Were there any changes, or do you think you just decided
The
let me
change
get some
was,
more money?
I'll be real. I picked my son up from school on a Friday, and they're making a big fuss of him saying, "Yo, like a card, a goodbye card. I'm saying, yo, so what's going on? It's not half term or nothing. Oh, hasn't his mum told you? He's moving away. Do you get what I'm trying to say to you?
So why was your communication so bad at that point?
What I'm saying.
But it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that. Imagine the same week, she's messaged me to talk about, because I've said to her, basically, I'm meant to be going to Amsterdam. Remember, we meant to go to Amsterdam that weekend.
Yeah.
So I've said to her, basically, my brother's gonna pick my son up. My brother's gonna drop my son to school. You know what I'm trying to say to you? So we had that conversation. Obviously now, I'm picking my son up from school, finding out that he's not going back to the same school. So I'm gonna have to phone her. It's like, yo, what's going on? You know what I'm trying to say? She's talking about, she's gonna send police to my house and everyone's house I'm associated with. I'm saying, what have I done? Like, you get why are you doing that for? So, and then she's claiming CSA. I'm thinking, I'm not an idiot, and no one can force me. I'll sit in prison. Because I cater for my youths. This is the thing. I cater for my youths. You get what I'm trying to say to you? Yeah. Anything they need, I'll get. But for the simple fact that you're trying to take the piss, I won't do it. I won't do it.
It's more of a pride thing rather than a...
It's not a pride thing, it's principle, bro. It's principle. That's what it is. It's all. It's down to
as far as
principle.
you can see it, you were paying what you should have been paying up until that point where she went to CSA. So what were you giving her?
Anything she needs on it. Like, if she...
Was there any
school,
agreed monthly arrangement?
Nah, this is what I'm trying to say. There was nothing like that. I was having my son frequently, half time for the weekends, half time for the finger. Whatever she needs for her house, I will pay. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just that the fact that she's up and left. I can't see my son. I'm trying to see my son. She's not allowing me to see my son, and then you want CSA money. I'm not an idiot.
You don't work like
I ain't doing that.
But
don't get twisted. There's certain man that will do that, and personally,
just be happy and chill with it. Like, not even be happy.
Yeah, but I'm not that kind of guy. I work hard for my dough, innit? I work hard for my dough. So for me, just be giving my dough away. Yeah, it's to my child, but as we're saying, the child has got needs. He's asking for his dad. So for you not to stop him from seeing his dad, and then you want money, I ain't doing that.
So no guys, question, off of the back of that, do you think that money can replace like a dad figure?
Nope.
Because that's the massive thing here. Obviously, if the dad isn't present or if he's not involved, then we will say, actually, you know what, he needs to be paying his way. So I'm going to go to CSA, I'm going to get my cash, and then I'm going to make sure that my child is looked after. No. Would you rather being involved physically there, being present, being involved, or paying the money?
Physically involved?
Physically,
what about both though? What about being involved and paying the money?
Yeah, I don't mind. You see what it is? My stance is this: if I'm seeing my child, I'm not paying for nothing I ain't seen, bro, because I don't know if it's going towards that. You know
but whether you see it or not, your child still exists.
I hear that exactly, but I still exist as well. Exactly. So the child's got needs regardless. The child needs mother and father. You can't be just saying, yo, I'm the mother. I'm dictating as to what the child's doing. It needs mother and father. You can't dictate what the child needs and what the child don't need. Child needs the father. Child also needs money. You know what I'm trying to say to you. You can't just pick and choose.
Obviously, you see, we're coming from a time where growing up, we never had dads around. Like our generation wasn't a dad's generation, so we wanted to change that narrative, and we made it clear. You know, if we ever have kids, this is what we're on. We ain't no degenerate dad that wants to just pop in and pop out whenever ready. We're there full time. Don't try and disrespect our thing. That's what it was. It was always set out from the start. So
the money sounds like a bargaining chip though. It's like it's a power thing. That's the way you're using the money to barter to see your child, which I understand why guys do it, because if you're not around, it's the only power you have.
This is it.
But whether you see your child or not, your child still exists.
But this is the thing though, but you see my stance on it. My stance was in it, yo, I told her, you ain't getting a penny unless I see my son. And lo and behold, I didn't pay the money. I stick to my word, and now I'm seeing my son. You know what I'm trying to say to you? I guarantee, if I was giving her money, I wouldn't see my son right now. But it's true to say I stuck to my word. That's what I believe
what happened
anyway.
Then? What happened next? So are you not on CSA at all now, or are you on CSA?
They tried to contact me, talking about I have to pay this. I'm saying, yo, I got my son half time through the week and all these things. I'm paying for his extracurricular activities, anything his mom needs. Anyway, who are they?
Proof.
Yeah, I've got my proof. But it's got so bad that, yo, a pair of socks that I'm buying for my son, I'm keeping the receipt, bro. Like, it's that bad. I never used to be like that, but everything I have to pay for. Imagine, my son don't even live in Birmingham, you get me? So I have to travel out of Birmingham. Like, it's for 40 minutes out of Birmingham. So, like, when we went to court the other day, they're talking about, you know you have a right to pay CSA. I said, yeah, I know I have a right to pay CSA, but yo, you ain't considering I've got other things. I'm self-employed. I'm travelling to and from wherever he lives, 40 minutes away. That's petrol there and back. Plus, when he comes back down, you get what I'm trying to say to you? Like, it's not fair.
So,
it's not
question,
fair.
Do you think then that mum should involve the government and CSA in these kinds of issues? Like, why aren't parents able to say, actually, you know what, let's come to some form of agreement before it even gets to there? Why have you not been able to get to that point?
I think it's more of a thing where it's more of a communication issue, isn't it? Like,
Definitely.
You're my partner. You feel like you can't communicate with me, so you just go with someone who you know has got power over me.
But still,
do you get what I mean?
But
like,
even still,
you're
though,
you're gonna go to someone who you know can. Like, you're probably thinking in a way where like I can talk to him, I can do. You know what I'm saying? But I can't tell him shit. Because I can't tell him nothing.
Everyone knows
if I go to the courts,
the courts
are gonna tell him.
But even the courts, though, I had to say, I'm real, bro. I've got the recording, bro. I had to tell the courts, like, there's no point in you getting involved now, telling me what to do when we needed you. You weren't doing none of that shit. You get me? We've come to an agreement, you know, that we've come to an agreement that, yo, she's allowed me to see my son. Rare. That's not the courts. The courts have got involved after that. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? So the courts can't tell me, the courts can tell me something, but the court, I'm listening. You know what I'm trying to say? Bruv, it's a bag of rubbish.
The same. I feel like the courts, like, come towards men as well, in a way, like me personally, put me in a mad depressive position. Of
course.
Especially after the last year and a half, I was expecting to see my son, because, you know, I answered everything, I did everything they need. There's nothing else now that they could ask me for, and then to turn around and tell me about, nah, you still got another year of anger management and this and that. And I'm saying, well, what the fuck have I been doing these past 2 years then? What has this whole court case been hearing if you're still going to tell me I can't see my son? It don't help. I don't think the courts help.
Yeah, so another thing then, as can I ask you as women, your opinion?
No, as
what do you trying it, you know, fully back as a woman then, okay, then for instance, so how do you, what's your thought process on the fact that some of these guys, yeah, that not just only are they CSI, so if CSI is chasing them up, they've got to pay CSI, but then they've also got to pay court fees. Exactly. So what do you think about that? So do you think if a man was to say to you, okay then, you're not letting me see my kid, every penny that you think you want, yeah, I'm gonna put on court fees.
Exactly.
Because I want to see my youth, then what?
Do you know what, yeah? Just because of my background, whatever, I'm gonna be for the dads here, because I see day to day that there are a lot of dads that go.
What? I said nothing.
She said it. There are a lot of dads
anti-men. I'm pro-kids.
There are a lot of men that literally go through it, like men that aren't even working, men that aren't whatever, and they have to go through the whole system just so they can actually just have access to their children.
Exactly.
Like, what does access even mean? What does that look like? Like, why are fathers who you're saying, like, if I'm as a woman saying you're the child's father, why am I dictating to you when you can see your child? Why is it on my premise alone? Like, we both had sex, we both made this child together, we both done what we was doing. So at the end of the day, it should be, we need to come to some agreement. Obviously, I know people aren't able to do that. Feelings are involved.
Which is sad. It's sad. That's the worst part about it.
Okay then, so alright, I'm gonna put a mad spin on this, yeah. So you're saying that, yeah. So you're saying we should be equal.
Yeah.
So if we spin it, yeah, we'll go back to our other conversation. So does that mean we're equal whether that kid even comes into this world or not?
No,
I agree. Do you know what? Yeah, from our podcast
and
whatever conversation.
Yeah, but no,
I don't disagree with that. I've said it, and I've said it. I think that dads should definitely, if we're having sex, I think it needs to get to a point where, because like people are just having baby. You can have a baby like whenever you want to have a baby. Women can have a baby. We go into clinic, whatever. They say, do you want to have this kid? And you say, yeah, I want to have the baby. I want to go proceed with the pregnancy, whatever. Have you got support? So I think that men do need to have a say in whether this child is brought into the whole equation, because at the end of the day, when we're going to court, when we're fighting, when we're arguing, bro, it was the two of us who were doing it at the beginning, yeah, and then that kind of gets left out of the So I do think that men should have that say. I don't disagree. I can also say that I'm here for women empowerment. It's women's bodies. We have the rights, etc. But we can't be saying, yeah, we have the right, and then cry for help later down the line.
Exactly.
If you have so many rights, and if you want to do this thing alone, then you need to stomach it, and you need to do it alone. You need to know that you need to do it alone. That is it. And if you're saying, actually, you know what, this is a joint decision. If a dad says to you, you know what, actually, you know, I'm not ready to be a dad. Like, I'm not here for it. I feel like there needs to be that conversation. At least have that conversation. And if you've had that conversation, you still say, you know what, at the end of it, like, I love you, but I love myself and I love my body and I really want to go ahead with the pregnancy for whatever reason it might be, then you need to know you're doing that shit by yourself.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. That's just it. Would you guys go around
No.
the table? Would you
No.
take male contraception?
No, because I want more kids.
No. Okay. Would you take male contraception?
Hell no.
But
Would
hold
you
on.
take
Why
male
not?
contraception?
Damn, bro.
No, but hold on a minute. You know why you man are wrong? Because you man, when we was having this way of conversation,
Imagine
you man-
getting, bro.
No, hold on.
Alright, can I ask you guys a
listen.
question, please? Right.
Go on.
Go on.
When it comes to contraception, do you know the type of effects it has on a woman's body? What are you aware
Nah,
of?
I know
What are you aware
everything.
of?
Yeah, obviously,
What
you see what it
happens?
is. You see what
What
the
happens?
Man, no, everything.
What
the
happened?
implants.
Patch.
Obviously,
which
the
Is it irregular?
It's not, yeah, bro.
What are the
You don't-
symptoms?
No, so stop.
You see what it is? Contraception, realistically, it's not made for the human. Like, it's realistically, it has side effects.